something else I want to show you is there is an editor that allows you to see a curve of your animations. It's the curve editor, and you can see a layout of it down here, and you see a big graph with the keyframes going left to right and your values of whatever it is that's been keyframed up and down. So what did we have keyframes? So if I click on the snowman, you begin to see all these lines and curves. A lot of the key shortcuts that worked in the perspective view will also work in your graph editor. If I hit F, it should frame everything. I can select a single attributes. If there are 20 things that were being animated and I just select the torso, I'd probably see lots of lines. So sometimes you want to select a single attribute, and here I can drag select, I can shift select just like you do in the scene. If I hit W and hold middle mouse button, I can drag things around. If you hold shift, you can restrict that movement. I'm holding down shift and see that double-headed arrow. That means I can, even though I go left and right, it's only moving up and down. I can hit shift and go left and right. And you notice when I hit, if I hold down shift, it's a question mark. It says, hey, are you going left or right or up or down? So the first direction you go, then it says, hey, I'm locking you in. So I can edit my animation, the timing here in the graph editor. And so if I wanted to speed everything up, if I wanted these motions to be more extreme, and this is where you can, so you can set your initial keyframes and then come into the editor to adjust. I don't like how long it takes to get to that first one, so I can select all of these, hold down shift, middle mouse drag, and I can say these holds, I'll make those not so long. And it's still kind of jerky. I can go and delete. Suppose I don't really need those holds. I was just kind of showing you what a hold is and how to do that middle mouse drag from a keyframe. I can even this out. And suppose I just wanted this wobble that kind of gradually gets less every time until it kind of ends at 0. So something like that. Let's see what that does. It's kind of interesting. Maybe it starts off slower, and so these peaks and valleys are kind of evenly spaced. Suppose it's slow. Make these wider in the beginning, and then they get closer together here. Especially these wobbles at the end, they're almost like little vibrations. So I'm just clicking, I'm holding down shift, and I'd hit W to begin with, so I'm in the move tool, and you see that up here. So that's one way you can begin to really take those keyframes and play with them. Each keyframe has handles which can control the so you select the keyframe and then I think you middle mouse drag, yeah, so you can change kind of the ease in or the ease out, or if you wanted something to start off really you can even though I have this keyframed here and this keyframed here, the interpolation can be edited and changed. Sometimes you'll hear me say flatten the tangents. That means to make this bar flat. And what that will do, so I'll select both of them and flatten it. And it just kind of gives an ease in and ease out. Sometimes you'll want something where it's not ease in and ease out. You'll want it just very angular with a broken handlebar right here, and that's this button here. And it's just a completely different, like if a ball were bouncing, it would, as soon as it hits, it's going to respond. It's not going to ease in and ease out. So look at this animation, how it's has got a really hard bounce versus if I take this and I flatten the tangents, it's kind of a smoother wobble back and forth. All of this comes with practice. Just know that when you're selecting and moving things around, you use a lot of the same keys. You can select your keyframe here. You can enter a value manually here. Suppose I know that I wanted my rotate Z at frame 10 to be 45. I can enter a specific value in here. I can also scale. I can take these and I can hit the scale tool, and you notice it turns to scale, and wherever I click at, and then I can begin scaling. So if I wanted to make make those keyframes longer or shorter, now it's going to begin scaling from the point at which I click. If I click here and scale versus I click here and scale, I would remember the flattened tangents and the break tangents or linear tangents for now, and know how to select and move and how to select your attribute from this little browser area. The rest of that will come with time. You can add keyframes in this area too. You go to a specific location and oh boy, I think it may be middle mouse insert key. You middle mouse drag, click on, and you can insert a key there, and so you don't have to insert keys in there. And then I can hit W and I can, move this around, or do linear tangents, that sort of thing. If you want to learn more, go to the help and it can give you more information. There's a lot here on how you can play with these curves. I hope this helped.